Hi, LinkedIn Live, and welcome to Mice Bites by Authentic Meetings and Incentives. I'm Natalie Horan, and I'm especially excited about today's episode because it's kicking off a year-long deep dive in the incredible National Geographic Lindblad Expeditions brand. Today, I'm joined with Karen Kuttner, Dimitry, and Ian Kynor, and we're talking about expedition cruising for meetings and incentives, why it's having a moment, and what planners should know right now. As always, we'll have a live Q&A at the end, so drop your questions in the chat. And let's start out with a short video giving you a snapshot of their philosophy and approach to travel.
2026 will represent the 60th anniversary of when my father first brought people to the Antarctic continent. Many people refer to Lars-Erik Lindblad as the father of ecotourism. And they're right. There's no question about it. He wanted to expose people to culture, history, and nature. He was obsessed with
I'm not sure why this video is not playing. It was playing fine before. Okay, well, I'm going to have you guys go into the presentation, I think, because this video is not wanting to play right now. Okay, well, Ian and we'll play the video. We'll get it on LinkedIn and you guys will see it because it's not wanting to go. So here's Karen again.
Natalie, thank you so much for this great introduction. And while the video didn't really play, we will make sure you get to see it. And we're just going to build up steam on the excitement around it all. As Natalie mentioned, I'm Karen Kuttner Dimitry. I'm the Vice President of Affinity and Charter Sales. And I am here today with Ian Kynor, our Director of Affinity and Charter Sales. And we are just so delighted to be here on Mice Bites. And thank you all for joining in at a hectic time of year and for being part of this webinar today. You've seen a little bit about us, but since you didn't really get to hear the video, we'll just give you a brief snapshot of our history and our approach to travel. And as you can see in this screen right here, Lars-Erik Lindblad is our founder's father, and he is truly one of the first people to bring private citizens to places like Galapagos and Antarctica almost 60 years ago right now. And to the right is Sven Lindblad, our founder, and he carried on the tradition that his father, Lars-Erik, began. And he really saw travel as an incredible opportunity to expose people to the wonders of the world. And so they might begin to think about the planet differently and our role in it. As you can see, this is kind of our core program, places that we've been and where we've gone back for more than 50 plus years, reaching all extents of the polar regions from Antarctica back in 1966, Galapagos as early as 67, the Arctic, Baja California, and Alaska. Quick glance on our map right here.
Sorry, KK, the presentation's going a little faster than we are, but we got you there.
Thank you, Ian. As you can see here, we cover more than 100 different itineraries, over 70 countries, and we're in all seven continents. And you can see a broad range of places that we go and operate. What makes it unique for us is that we do this by ship, and our ships are ranging, as you can see here, these are the ships that we own and operate, and they range in size from 16 guests all the way up to 148 guests. And what's unique about the ships is that they are all nimble, very shallow drafts, and allows us to go to places that most people, most companies are not able to get into. And it allows us to reach very far, remote parts of the world. We also have other ships that we subcharter and we have on lease, and we cover even more places as well. Again, intimate in size, allowing for all meetings and incentive groups to really have that intimacy on board and to have a private gathering with just a core group of your guests. Small ship access. I think this is really one of the things that makes us so ideal for meetings, for events, and for an incentive group. And that has to do with the idea that you are completely taking over the entire ship, where you can have the opportunity to craft an experience, keeping forth the culture and the vibe of the company, and being able to really bring your team together on board, whether that is on the deck of the ship, whether that's in a Zodiac, or it's on the ship for an experience, whether it's a cocktail party or all the meals. You can't get an opportunity to be more closely connected and develop a rapport than you can on one of our ships. And how you see it really matters. And I think this is really where our distinctions lie. We have an incredible collaboration with National Geographic, and that gives us incredible tools, whether that's kayaks, Zodiacs, or that's an underwater camera, or it's a remotely operated vehicle, so that you can see it in a very different way. Our safety record, I mean, we've been doing this now for 50 plus years, with an extraordinary team of experts ranging from ornithologists, botanists, geologists, coming together to help create this incredible meeting or an event for you. Our offerings vary. We've talked quite a bit about that. And there's always just a diverse level of activities, whether that's kayaking, going for walks. On certain programs, you'll be off snorkeling or using our stand-up paddle boards. But all of these things are designed to create a meeting or an event in a way that is just unique and unlike everything else. The intimate ships allows for us to, really go into places that most people can't. And the advanced types of ships that we have allows us to go into the polar regions farther and deeper than most people can go. And that gives for us just incredible exploration and feeling like you are doing something that hasn't been done before. So when you're looking for something new, a lot of people have always told us they just want to do something that hasn't been done before. This really will fit that description. And what I love about it is that everything's included. So from a meeting standpoint, it is really hard to spend money once on board. It's almost wallet optional because we include the activities, the shore excursions, the all meals, alcoholic beverages, everything you can imagine. And now we move into expedition activities. And Ian, I'm going to pass over to you on the mic for you to talk and share more about what we do on board our ships.
Wonderful, Karen. Thank you very much, and thank you all for joining in with us today. And the challenges with the video at the beginning, I mean, that kind of sits with what we adapt to with our expedition team on our voyages. You never know what's going to get thrown to you, what opportunities are going to present themselves. And the expedition activities and the expedition team are key in making sure your guests have the most incredible experience wherever they are. Critical to that and key to that is our expedition team. Our expedition team is going to include everybody from our captain and officers on the bridge, the crew of the ship, and then our expedition leader and that expedition team of naturalists, historians. You could have biologists, botanists, ornithologists, experts in their field that are passionate about the place that you're visiting, that are not only there to help you get from point A to point B, but they're actually there to help enrich and help you experience the destination to its fullest and experience it in a way that you wouldn't be able to do without somebody with that base level of expertise with you along the journey. What I love about our expedition team is not only is the expertise that they bring, but the access. They're with you on the Zodiacs. They're with you on landings on shore. They're sharing a meal with you at breakfast, at lunch, at dinner, where you're able to talk to them about their specialty. Karen touched on it briefly, but we have a wealth of expertise on these ships. Our undersea specialists, divers that have dove in the four corners of the earth, places that very few people can access. When you're above the water in some of our destinations, whether it be in Alaska or Galapagos or even the Antarctic or Arctic, when you're above the water and you have your expert divers underneath the water, and then sharing that at the end of every day, sharing what was under the sea and under the ocean with you, and the wealth of marine wildlife, even in a place like the Antarctic, it is truly, truly special. I'll share with you one of my favorite expedition team members. Well, there's a lot of them, but I'll do a special call out to one in particular, which I think is just a unique opportunity on our ships. A gentleman by the name of Tua. Tua hails from the Cook Islands, and Tua has he's very humble and has a very special place in the world. I'm sure all or most of you have seen the movie Moana and the voyaging canoes. Tua is one of only 6 living master wayfinders anywhere on Earth that can navigate truly by sun and stars. And we are fortunate to be able to welcome Tua on board our ships to share his expertise, his ability, and his knowledge of navigation with our guests. And he is just one of many examples of our incredible expedition team. That expedition team then complements the access and the tools that are available to you and your guests and your group to get off the ship. Nothing connects people like travel. There is nothing that brings people together and forges community like travel does. And being able to share these experiences off the ship, on the water, on the land, in the destination, truly connecting with the place you're visiting, connects your group together in ways that nothing else will. That could be on the kayaks, on the paddle boards. That could be watching video from the underwater ROV and showing again what the ROV or the divers have seen under the water while we've been above it. And one of my favorite things about all of our ships is the open bridge. This is very rare. If you've been on cruise ships, everybody kind of longingly looks up at the bridge. Oh, I wonder what's going on up there. On our vessels, you don't have to wander. With a very, very rare exception, the bridge is open 24/7. And we encourage your guests to go up there, to experience the navigation of the ship, to talk with the officers and the crew, and again, experience the destination you're traveling to in a completely new way. There's something special when you can actually be out on the water, and it is getting off the ship. The ships are incredible. The ships are beautiful, and I'll talk about those in just a moment. But it's that opportunity to experience the destination, to truly, literally have your feet inches above the water and the destination you're traveling to, that makes these experiences so incredibly special and brings that team, that group together, that bonding, again, in a way that nothing else can. Part of that expedition team are our National Geographic experts, and a very important role on every ship is our National Geographic certified photography experts. And I'll share very briefly a quick personal experience. My wife is huge into photography, and on a trip that we were able to go on as a family recently, she was a little bummed because her camera broke. She wasn't able to take the equipment that she wanted. Well, on board many of our vessels, you're able to actually rent and borrow at no charge. Again, Karen mentioned it's very difficult to spend money on board. At no charge, able to rent equipment. She was able to borrow, I shouldn't even say rent because there's no money involved. Was able to borrow a camera, borrow a couple of beautiful telephoto lenses. And on one day of our voyage, well, myself and my sons, we were out having adventures, mountain biking and doing all sorts of things. She and another small group of guests went with our certified photography expert for a 3-hour, basically expert-led photography course in one of the most beautiful parts of Iceland. She took incredible photos, and she learned from a true National Geographic certified photography expert. And that is an experience that is super unique and incredible for your guests on board. The spaces on the ship, this is one of our lounge areas. The public spaces on the ship can accommodate all your guests, so another great opportunity to bring everybody together. This is where that expedition team will share what's happening on the days to come. We'll share those videos from our undersea specialists. Our historians and our naturalists and our cultural experts will give information to our guests on board. Another opportunity to bring everybody together and really forge that team bonding, that group bonding, and that sense of community on board the ship. Incredible dining spaces, our science hub, opportunities and yoga rooms to do stretching, get your body limbered up before you go doing all the activities for the day. Very key to what we do is also our why, and it's the way we're giving back to the communities we visit. Our Lindblad Expeditions National Geographic Fund is key in supporting and how we give back to the communities, to the ocean, to the planet that we're visiting in all of our destinations. And we're very proud to support multiple projects all around the world, not only ourselves directly, but with the support of our guests and your guests and so on. Our Artisan Fund, I love this one. I'll just touch on this very quickly. It is difficult to spend money on board until you walk into the Global Gallery and see the collection of art provided by local artists and artisans specific to the destinations and regions that we travel to. Locally sourced, sustainably sourced meals, absolutely incredible. And what's included? We've hit on this a number of times, pretty much everything. Once you've got it all planned, we've got it taken care of. From arrival to an embarkation to disembarkation and departure. Once you're on board, all of your experiences, activities, food and drink, incredible food and drink, all included, the expertise of that expedition team, and all of those opportunities and activities that you can take off the ship, whether it be on water or on land. And KK, I think I'm going to turn it back over to you real quick.
It is, and thank you, Ian. This was fun. Every time I see this, I always want to go back on board, and I've been doing this now for a very long time. So great work. So why charter? Why, there's a lot of options out there. There's great resorts, there's wonderful cruise ships, but why do we feel that private charters for us and being able to offer this for your clients would be a great way to go? For me, I can't think of any better way to create a bond and network with a group of people than in an intimate setting on board one of our ships. It's an opportunity to craft and create an environment where you can truly add your brand, your look, your feel, and create that culture. In addition to the great expertise that Ian just shared that we have on board, you can also add the, community building activities or opportunities for team building through, what you'd like to achieve through your mission and through your company's goals. So we can add those personal touches for you and with you based on what you'd like to achieve to make this particular charter very special. And I can't think of a better way to do that than being able to be off in a zodiac and perhaps seeing, orcas in the area, or being able to share an experience that you just can't get elsewhere. Our core geographies, we touched on this a little bit earlier. These are some of the places that we have been doing for many years, that we know resonates, that we know have been successful with our charter partners and our group partners as well. And we also know that when you are on our programs, at the end of the day, these are transformative. These are programs that move you, that in some way or another, you just come back a little bit different. And we know it's a lot like watching and being on a National Geographic TV show live. So as our founder has said, at the end of the day, there is no substitute for experience. And we feel that that's how we can help transform your meetings and incentives to do just that. We're going to leave you with a very, very brief, we'll attempt one more time in our expedition style. We will attempt once more to try to show you a very brief video that really captures a day in the life on board our ships.
Close your eyes and imagine a place where nature writes the story. Where waves break on remote island beaches. Where wildlife isn't afraid. Where the trees are home to birds you've never seen before. Where whales breach the water's surface and dolphins leap into the air. Imagine your
All right, you guys, those video quality was not good. I'm so sorry, but one way or another, everybody's going to see those videos if I have anything to do with it.
I believe you will make it happen, Natalie. I'm sure of it.
Just leave something to the imagination. But I mean, aside from the videos, that was really awesome, you guys. Typically, I want to ask about sustainability or, onboard activities, but you guys check all the boxes. Like, anything that especially a corporate program would want, the boxes that they need to check, you guys are checking them. So I mean, I love too how easy you make it for the planners, because again, any question that a planner might have, you guys have it all packaged very nicely. So from onboard, off the ship, I mean, make it pretty easy.
Well, thank you for that. I mean, that's what we're here for. And we really want to work and craft the experience so that we can fulfill the goals that this group has all set out for. And we are your point people. So we're thrilled to be able to help in any way that we can.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of questions, but one question would be, is if you have sort of suite categories on the ships, or is it all typically one similar category as far as for bringing groups on board?
Each ship varies a little bit. And so I would definitely say that our ships are not cookie cutter. Each ship and each program looks a little different, because we have US flagged ships, and we have polar class ships, and we have ships in the Galapagos as well. And there are different cabin categories. And we can walk through with anybody that would like, just talking through the deck plans and the program and the ship configuration, so that they can see how it would work best for their group.
Yeah, I mean, all the destinations are so unique. And then you have ships of all sizes. So I would imagine it comes on a case-to-case basis.
Exactly. That's great.
Yeah, we don't really have any questions. We have Michelle Fontanez. Oh, what are the best destinations for charters?
Wow, Michelle, thank you for that question. That's a great one. I would say for charters, we do quite a lot in the Galapagos. We have quite a few in Antarctica. Those are some fantastic ones. Those are ones that we do on a very regular basis. And we do work on charters, not just with meetings and incentives, but also foundations and travel clubs and family groups and things of that sort as well.
Are you guys able to do things on land too, like a lunch or dinner, or do you ever?
Yeah, thank you. That's a great question. It varies by region of the world where we can do different things. And for example, Baja California, we could do an incredible beach barbecue, and it would be extraordinary in the dunes and having a drink and some appetizers and do something on shore. And there are places that we can do that in Alaska or in, or various places that we can do it. It does vary by program. Galapagos, we may not do something like that, because we're also following the regulations of the Galapagos National Park. But we can then get creative on board the ship and have an incredible backdrop of having a cocktail and a drink while looking out at an amazing view. So,
that makes sense. That's great. That's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I think that's it for now. But we will be back in a few months with another webinar with updates, and you guys will be hearing from me with articles and news and things that I think is really cool about what you guys are doing. And then hopefully in the next few months, I'll be personally going and checking it out to show everybody else what it's like in real life. So lots to look forward to.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for having us on, and really terrific to get a chance. And thank you all for joining in on the call on Mice Bites today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you all. You're very welcome. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Bye.